Let's move those to the side. Why are there embossing powders over there? Where's my embossing box? My embossing box is where it's meant to live. Why have I got embossing supplies over here? The heck? Right, they're gonna go there. At least they're together. You can help yourself, heck yeah. Thanks everyone, hearts each everyone, maybe. All of the wubs. Thank you for the follow, much appreciated. Oui, c'est vrai. Yes, it is true. I think. True or correct? Speaking of containers, I have 3D printed made containers that go in bigger drawers that go into 3D printed cells. Oh, yes! I wanted to. I came so close to like doing what I need to do with my 3D printer the other day. I took the cover off of it. Okay, so what happened was, like, I've got the printer, right? And I want the printer to have a cover so that it doesn't get full of dust and cat hair. And the printer already has a cover so that it doesn't get covered in dust and cat hair. And cat. Tan cat like to sit on the bed, which is really terrible for a 3D printer. And so I was like, the 3D printer has a giant piece of denim over it because it's nice and heavy, and then the printer temporarily had a like scrap piece of cotton that I had hanging around. And I was like, I can totally split the denim in half and use half for the printer and half for the other printer. And then I was like, well, I need to get the overlocker out so that I can do the edges, because doing the edges on my sewing machine would be a bit tough on denim. It's kind of heavy. And so then that didn't end up happening. But briefly, my 3D printer didn't have the fabric draped over it, and I was actually like looking at it, and I was like, I really need to set this back up again and get printing again. Like, I've been really quite inspired by Salmon, because he's been printing on his printer. And so I'm like, I need to get printing again. And so I was like, I turned it on and it fired up and that was fine. And I checked things on the machine and that was fine. What I actually need to do, what actually needs like resetting and redoing, is that I use a Raspberry Pi to host Octoprint. And I need to get that all like logged in and reconnected and put on the... I don't even think it's currently on the Wi-Fi. So that's the bit that I need to do and I haven't done it. But I've been seeing those like automatic, like you put in the dimensions and you put in the number of segments that you want and it like automatically works out the code for you and stuff. Like, that looks cool. Spent most of the day cooking. Ooh, I'll be right over. I heard nums. Sorry, this little paper just very minimal. Same. I made my great-grandmother's spaghetti sauce recipe and I literally set it to cook all day. Oh my goodness. It was so very good. It sounds amazing. That does sound nummy. Was it just like a slow simmer, just like all infusing the flavors and stuff? Because that sounds awesome. Me equals yes. C'est vrai. Yep, it's true. Hey, I was right. Nailed it. Grandmother's also made mum's meatballs. Now I'm the pieces. Why? Why fight them? Go forth in food coma. That's glorious. That needs to be like a kitchen poster. Go forth in food coma. It'd be like the kitchen version of Keep Calm and Carry On. Thanks much for anything. Yay! Learnings! Maybe next to the standard the tip post num set. Hell yes! Hey Ringbolt! How doin's? Yeah, I would absolutely face plant the pillow after a spaghetti and meatballs like that. 3D printer has double pane side panels and a door with real hinges. Ooh, that's yes. I wanted to do that and I never got around to it. I went to IKEA. I've been to IKEA at most 3 times. It might only be 2. But I think it might be 3. And one of those times I went to IKEA and I bought 3 of the lac tables. The 3D printer is currently sitting on one of those lac tables. The other 2 are in the shed. Still in the plastic. I forget what it was that distracted me from that project. Probably something shiny. So what am I making? I'm hoping to use this die to use up some of my scraps to make little like confetti dots to use on cards, and then the bits that I cut it out of, I'm hoping to use those to make cards with. I have a YouTuber that I follow, they were doing stuff with it and about it and stuff, and I'd kind of want to replicate that a little bit. More distractions! Hi, Quap! How doings? Yeah, Greggy, hey, chat. Hello, hello. Whoops. No, I'll scroll down too far. Hey, chat. Hey, Quap. Hey, Zayo! How doings? Hey, remote cut. Today we're using scraps. I mean, hopefully we'll get as far as using scraps. Hey, Uz, how are you? Hi, how are you and everyone doing? Hey, Mama! How you doings? Here goes the dot, there goes the surprise dot. Yeah. I don't like going to IKEA. Like, their stuff's kind of nice, but yeah. Don't like going to the physical, actual shop. And a good, like, 70% of the problem is the fucking awful parking. For the fact that it's the only one in Perth, and, like, at least when they built it, they didn't do delivery. I think they do now, but at the time they didn't offer that. And so yeah, so for the fact that, like, they're the only store, like, in the state, and the fact that they, like, don't do delivery, you have to go there in order to buy their stuff, their parking is woefully inadequate. The parking at the Perth one is like, the building itself, I don't know if it's actually a square, but let's just pretend it's a square. And if it's like multi-story, sort of kinda, let's say that it's a, I don't know, like 10-story building, and the parking is like contained within that square, like within the, like, it doesn't extend past outwards or anything. It's one floor. One floor. It's the basement level. Like, the car parking is at the ground level. Like, you can drive into it off the road and it's like on the same level. And then the actual, like, showroom and warehouse and everything, like, goes up. It like, how on earth can you look at that and go, yeah, that's plenty of parking? The fact that you go there and easily half, if not more, half of your time spent being there is finding a parking space. That is my idea of hell. And then you have to get into the thing, and they, like, heavily discourage you from just going straight through to the warehouse and finding the thing that you're there for. They, like, want you to go through the showroom and stuff, and through the spot with all of the cheap impulsey stuff, and it's just like, I looked it up on the website beforehand, I know what the number is, I've got it written on my hand, can I just skip straight to the warehouse, please? And so you get the thing onto the trolley, you have to spend 8 years at the checkouts, because they never have enough of them. You get back out again, you have to take a elevator down to the freaking car park, and then you're not allowed to take your trolley of stuff to your car. They literally have, like, bollards and stuff. And they have staff there. And if they, like, see you with your trolley of stuff, they'll, like, approach you and be like, oh, we can, you know, look after that while you go get your car. And so then you have to go to your car, drive your car to the temporary bays next to where the elevators are, then get your stuff into the car, and then it's just like, the entire experience is fucking torture for me. I'm not the kind of shopper to browse. I'm not the kind of shopper who wants to like talk to anyone. I just want to get in, get the thing that I'm there for, get out. And every single step of the process is not conducive to that way of thinking. It's painful for my brain. So yeah, I don't go there. I don't go there. If I ever won Lotto and had like an insane amount of money where I could go in and just be like, oh yes, I would like, you know, this set of cupboards with this bedhead, like I can see the merit in wanting to browse, but like that's not me. Anyway. Hey mama, hey alright Vane, chillin' and such. There, how goes? Akira's too big from the one time I've been through it. Yes! And that's by design! That's like intended. You're literally, like they literally plan out the thing so that you cannot get from one side of the showroom to the other in a straight line. You have to go around things. It's just like a constant, like, 90-degree turns. Trying to distract you with all of the shinies. It's a fucking ADHD nightmare, I swear to God. Finally finished up that. Hey! Nice! We made 2 videos, we made 4 baby hats. Heck yeah! Coyotes! To that lurker that just DM'd me, yes, you are correct. The lack of efficiency about incredibly. Sounds like a logistical max, correct. The whole experience is just awful. And like there is, like you walk in the front doors and you can see there is a door through to the warehouse. Like you can bypass the showroom and you can bypass that area that they put all the cheap shit. But it has all signs up that's like no entry and like exit only and all this kind of thing, and so like as a socially anxious person who's like, oh no, what if someone sees me going through that door just to get to the, like you're basically going through to where the checkouts are, but you're going the wrong way. So you're going like against the flow of everything. It's just like, yeah. It's like I will literally, like I will know the thing that I'm in there for. I will write the little, like, you know how it's got like a number with like, it'll be like 72.151.30 or whatever, and that's like the area and then the shelving unit and then the shelf that it's on. Like I know what I want and what color I want it in. I've looked it up, I've written down, and I'll literally write it on my hand or put a note on my phone, but generally I'll put literally just write it on the back of my hand. So I know exactly the thing I want, I know exactly the colour, I know how much it is, I know where it is, like just let me at it. I want to give you in currency in exchange for your good or service. Can you just facilitate that, please? They're getting in their own way. We have curbside pickup. I would have to check, because I think they, yeah, like I said, when they first opened they didn't do delivery, but I think they do now. You can always do fire requirements, at least, yeah. There are shortcuts, but you have to find the shortcuts in order to be able to use the shortcuts. They'll put a sign up. They'll put like up like a map to like show everything of the thing. and very infuriating, at least the one time that I've seen that map. It did not have a, like, you are here sticker on it. So I couldn't tell where I was relative to where the map was. So yeah, that's, yeah. I just don't go. I don't, it's like, clearly, like, the amount I would spend at IKEA is not enough of an amount for them to care and facilitate people like me. But, you know, I probably would have bought more of their stuff if it was less of a horrific experience to buy their stuff. Look around the person proposition. Wait, how did you know? I mean, what? Nothing? Hey, Greggy, chat. I have a sleepy bean comfy in my blanket. Snuggly! Oh, heck yeah, that sounds good. I'm rebellious, have a sense of the assert, so you're supposed to is half a challenge to break. Yep. See, then you get all like commando, right? It's like you want to get through the place that you're not supposed to be without anyone noticing. Even though, like, logically, no one gives a fuck. Why am I not deface the maps of the dot to show locations if it's... Yeah! I mean, they give you a pencil to write down the things with. I totally should have just, like, put an X on it. I probably could have worked out from context where I was in the store on the map, but I was like, I shouldn't have to. I was like looking around and calibrating, and I'm like, that's over there, that's over here, that's I'm probably here, but I'm not sure and I don't know, and panic. I think a little bit of the problem is the fact that I go in, like, knowing it's not going to be a good experience, so I go in anxious, which would not be helping. I maintain that that's not my fault, though. Now, I'm looking through, this is, okay, so this is my scrap bag, right? When I have, like, less than full sheets, or, like, bits that I've cut out of and stuff, I'll put it in here so that I can use it later. The thing is, at some point I took my metallics out of this. I do have these couple of pieces that are just kind of sitting there, but I had more than this. Like, they had their own separate bag. And I'd put that bag inside of this bag to, like, keep them together, and it's not in here now? I think I need to check the bags again. Enjoy being comfy? Heck yeah! I would be such a bad influence. What do you mean, would be? Wait a minute. Ah, there it is. I found it. I found it. Stop panicking. Oh, there's my tape runner. Do I need anything else from out of here right now? Probably not, but just in case. Not at the moment. I knew that I had it. There was that other tape runner. And I knew I had one, and now I found it. Sneeze and a beverage. Not at the same time. Can you mean? Been deleted to my curiosity, distract my anxiety. Which ways will it go weird this time? Let's find out. Must test for science. So I have this bag, which is my bag of shinies. And so I think, I mean, some of them are quite small, so I probably won't get much further out of them, but I do have out already, because I was going to use them last week and then I didn't. This is my bag of frame dies, also known as nested frame dies. And, oops. Those big packets at the back are like my other shapes. Ah! Gravity. And so I think I'm still slightly leaning into Christmas. So I think what I want is circles. Do I not? Oh no. Where are my circles? That's ovals. That's banners. Hearts. Different shape of hearts. Those ones. Tags, squares, rectangles, hexagons, more hearts. Ovals. What? Well, shit. I have circle dies. I definitely have circle dies. That does create a bit of a problem for this project though, because I kind of need those. They've clearly been shoved somewhere that they shouldn't be, and that's a problem. I don't see them from here, but that doesn't mean a whole lot. Into the nobody cares, and if they did, they're weird and they're obnoxious about it. Oh, at least they're picking on me instead of someone. That's true. I even used to say that on stream. Gosh, that was a long time ago. In the first, like, 1, 2, 3 years of streaming, when the bots used to be really bad. And, like, I know they're bots, I know no one is, like, listening or whatever, but I don't know, I just kind of had the attitude of, like, if something like that happened, then at least they're here with me and I can deal with it, and they're not in someone else's channel and stressing them out instead. So there's definitely an attitude of that. I should apply that to real life a little bit more. Plan B, didn't have one. Actually, no, I did. I had 2 ideas for today's stream that I was going to do, but the other one requires a bit more setup, and that's kind of why I leaned away from it, so... I want to do, you know those photo frames that I did with the partial mandalas in, with the paint? I kind of want to do that, but on a card front, and what I was thinking I would do is still cut the mandala out of vinyl, and use vinyl. And then I can just like stick it on to the card front, but then cut it out again, but potentially out of like stencil film. I could just do it with like printer paper, but then it's kind of single use. And I do have some stencil film. But like cut it with an offset so that I could like trace it onto the card and then color it in and then just stick the thing over the top, and then that would like, it'd be colored in, but it'd be colored in before I stuck the thing down, so I wouldn't have to, I don't know, there was this whole like train of thought there. And I just didn't get that far with it. So I have one box that I'm going to check. At some point I was like tidying, inverted commas, and at some point I was just like, I just need to get all of this out of my way because it's kind of overwhelming me, and if I can get this out of the way, then I can make progress. And so I did that. Why is this bag here? Oh, that's the one I was using for adhesive, that'll be why. You can go over there. Hi, my cat. Hi. I've got Black Cat on the kitchen bench today. And I think Tan Cat's in the other room on the bed. He is. Hi. He's like, what? I haven't done anything wrong. Oh, I need to sneeze. What's embarrassing about digging through this bag is I'm finding a bunch of the things that I've been looking for the past couple of weeks. Which should not have been a problem in the first place. Found one set of my nested dies, but not the one I was looking for. Okay, not in that bag. That is frustrating. Where on earth would I have put a set of circle dies if not back in that there? That's really frustrating because that's one of those things that they have a place. It's not like they don't have a place and they just like shove them wherever. It's like they have a designated place that they haven't made it back to. We can kind of get around it. Basically my plan was to... Oh, come on, get over there. My plan was to use some of these scraps, to use the dots dyed with the pieces, make the dots, and then out of the scraps, cut circles, and basically arrange them on the page such that they look like Christmas ornaments. Or a Christmas bauble-y kind of shape. Not that you can't have other shapes of Christmas bauble, but like, generally they're just circles. And then the other plan was to use the frame dies, these dies, they're called nested frame dies, because they're the same shape, but like multiple of them, and they fit inside each other, you know, consistently. And so what I was going to do, like say if I use this smallest size to cut a piece out, I was then going to use that size and the next one up to make a frame, to give it like a border, to like neaten up the edges and stuff. What we could do, I could use my Cricut and just cut some frames out of whatever, and then just kind of manually cut the other pieces so that they fit in, just